Hi, Tracy, and hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is my dear colleague, student, and friend, Tracy Schnob, Schnabel.
Novel.
Schnabel. Schnabel. Sorry about that. Um, we've known each other for many years, and I can't even remember. How did we meet? It was with the group. We we hung out together,
I
and
don't know.
and a big part of our connection was when I was in Chicago and COVID was going on and everybody was full of the drama on Facebook. And I said, okay, just let's just clear this. Cause that was after my Akashic reading in 2017. And I created this soul circle. Everyone, I told them, just bring your yoga mat, come in the backyard, use the side gate. Don't worry about a mask, because I'm not about living in the fear. So that it was great, and everybody came, and it was, like, we started 7 p.m. and it was nice out, and then we did some healing and some yoga and meditations, and then we woke up and it was magical. The stars were out and everybody got messages, and uh
Yeah, that was awesome.
yeah, it's just a big part of the start of the growth, how we can, as women are the creators. We create children, we create everything, so it's just part of creation. And when you tap into something as powerful as the Akashic, you just get the messages, and all you want to do is solve problems, help people, and heal the world. So here I am. So tell me about you. I haven't connected with you a lot. I mean, I do and I don't, but you're in my course and I love that you're rocking it. But what I'm really intrigued about is what you're doing now and how you're helping children.
Yeah, I mean, and in our community, there's so many different like modalities. But the Akashic really helped me to release a lot of fears I had to do my purpose. That's why I'm so appreciative for you and other mentors that helped me release that. Because I was talking to you earlier, there's like a lot of programming with like the religion and social systems that you don't even realize, that makes you feel like not worthy enough, that makes you doubt, that makes you scared. So what I'm doing now is I do myofascial release for adults, and I want to start doing Akashic readings with them. Um, and basically, sickness is created whenever we're out of alignment with who we are. So the myofascial release literally finds things, emotions we're holding, and helps you recognize them to the surface and then transmute them. Because sometimes we're like, oh, I feel angry about this. That's bad because that makes me a bad person if I'm angry at my mother, or if I'm angry at my husband, or if I'm angry at my friend. But really, like, there's a purpose for anger. It's to protect us. So if we're allowed to like listen to our bodies and say, "Oh, thank you for protecting me," and then learn to speak our truth, which I feel the Akashic record helps us. It helped me to speak my truth because I had so much fear. So I've always been kind of eccentric. So when I would speak out my ideas in classrooms or groups, a lot of people would be like, "Hey, stop talking. No, don't, that's not right." Because I always felt somewhat, connected to the divine, and I call this the upside down world because everything just seemed like cuckoo. And I would speak out on it, and people would be like, "Stop speaking out, get in your box." So my mission is to help people to be their authentic self. And then I started realizing recently we should be working with children, teaching them to be their authentic self and kind of like put on armor of self-love. And so I want to teach them. I do like some martial arts programs with my friend, and I want to start kids Zumba and do like kids art and metaphysical classes, just to teach them to not be afraid to express who they are and to be proud of who they are, and to know that they're loved so much and supported. That's one of like my main missions.
That's beautiful. And it's okay to be different. We're
Yeah.
all unique. someone can do a yoga pose and I can't do it. And, that's why I love the muscle testing, because what's good for me might not be good for you. And a part of the Akashic is, your soul never lies. What information we get, I'm reading them, and it's there for a reason. It's there for a purpose. It's there to help propel you in life and get you to where you want to be, and let go of all those limiting beliefs. I get it, because I was judged as a child as well. And I also get, I wanted to share that it's very important for parents, for you to share with them as well. Get up in front of groups and speak, because they need to know that their child is, like, they might be, want to discipline their child or whatever, but it's okay what they're doing. It really is to get into that child's mind, and support them. Talk to them about things, instead of, time out, or whatever happened when we were kids. The way I raised my children, my gosh, I can't wait to experience this with grandchildren, because it's a different world right now. And that's why we're here to share and promote, and to spread this compassionate love and grace with everything and everyone, just as the Akashic, or whatever. It's, this 23 is a year of ascension, and we are all ascending. We might not recognize it or see it, but people follow each other, and they tap in, and they watch, and they think, and they they question it. They're kind of testing, like putting their toes in the sand, like, does this really, can she really do this? And like, what is it? They want to know, like, what is this about the Akashic records? And I get it, because in 2017, I was at that yoga retreat, and I'm so blessed that they picked me, that I got the reading as the gift, as the giveaway. And everybody was so thrilled. And everybody was coming up to me, you got it, you got it. But I didn't know what it was until I had the reading. And it's really hard to share what it is. It's the book of life. You get the information that you need now. I'm the channel. I read your energy. And my reading was so much clarity and growth that I was blamed and shunned, and everything was my fault. And, she told me it's not your fault. And that's what empowered me. And I'm so passionate about it, because it released so much.
Yeah, there's a lot of guilt and a lot of shame, running around. And what the Akashic um does is helps you to connect with, I feel like, source energy, to feel the love and connect with truth. So to shed, there's a lot of like generational trauma where, like, maybe people were hurt by their parents, and then they unconsciously sometimes like pass those hurts, and it kind of brings that to the awareness level and helps you release things that are not necessary. And I was just wanted to share too, like, how I found out about it is my dad was like reading about Edgar Casey, and he was like, yeah, this was the sleeping prophet. He was a Christian when he was younger, and he read the Bible a bunch of times, and he asked God to use him. And then he started to be able to go into like a hypnotic type state, like a sleeping state, and he could access the record. And what we don't realize is, when we connect with God, the the limits are, you don't the limits are not there. Like, everything we need is given to us. We just need to let go of fear, and you can actually get to the the non-fear state by altering your brainwave activity, but you have to let go of fear. So I think that's why he did the sleeping, is because he would get to like a restful state.
Yeah.
We have so many energies here now. I think it's so much easier. Like, I feel like we're so supported. I feel a lot of angelic, loving energy. And there's so many people like you and other leaders that are like activated, and they're just supporting people saying, you can do it. You're loved. You're enough. All you have to do is connect and
Yeah.
let go of those fears.
Yeah.
And that's why I love the Akashic record. I'm like, oh,
Give me more, right?
yeah.
I love what you said, unconscious, because we need to forgive our parents. And that's, the Akashic is the love, truth, and grace. And the grace is the part of this happened to me, but why did this happen to me? What is the message? What did I learn? How can I grow and heal? And forgiveness, it's all encompassing. Forgiveness is a big part of it. Um, you know, I I know a lot of people that blame their parents still. And you're actually holding that tightness and that energy in you, and you're not releasing the love that you want to feel, because it's fear, it's anger, it's all that. And it's, judgment as well. But as you heal all those layers inside and you release that, you're not holding anything anymore between another person, judging them. um any type of, it's because it's really manipulative that, you know they did the best they could, and we are doing the best we can, and that's why we're here. That's our purpose, to share, to help more. And it's all about going in and learning more, sharing more. And I learn every day. We are limitless, and we are forever learning. Because when you tap in, it's like always a new message every day. So um it's kind of everything. It never stops. It's ever changing. And the healing is, I don't know how to put a word on it. Phenomenal. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like almost underserving it in words, but like you were saying, it's hard to describe to people what the record is. Like you could say it, that, it's a record of everything that's ever happened, in every timeline. But I think for the individual, what it is helping you find your purpose, realign with your purpose, and let go of anything that's not in alignment with your purpose, and giving you the support you need to live it out without feeling like you're alone in doing it.
Yeah.
And wow,
Yeah.
isn't that what everybody wants?
Yeah, that's so powerful to live it out, because that's actually what I'm doing. I listened, and we have to live it out, because if you kind of stay stuck, or should I, woulda, coulda, and all that, just, when you and it's connection, it's a powerful connection that you trust it, and you have to honor it. Because if you sit in the wobbly, you're not living your true divine purpose in yourself. You have to step out of your comfort zone, whether it's letting, money is a big issue. Everybody's like, well, I don't have the money. Well, that's a
Yeah.
major issue. Because you're not living your divine purpose. You're leaving it in the bank, because of that's the way that we were raised. But when you think about it, boy, if I use this money as a tool and buy this course, and build this sanctuary, or whatever it is, how is that going to serve you, and how are you going to feel, and how is that energy, and what are you going to attract and manifest? Because it's everything. The manifestations happen in a nanosecond.
Yeah, yeah, I was talking to you about that. One of my friends was like, what do you mean that like you get money like just given to you, like that it just shows up? Like he's like, I have to pay my mortgage, I have to pay this. And while that's true, you do, but I've always found that I've always received support. Um, and even one time when I didn't have money, I got like a check from the university that I graduated from 15 years ago. It was a refund check, and stuff like that happens, as long as you surrender and stay in the and that can be hard, but like you got to stay in the non-fear mindset, And you also have to take responsibility, which is really hard because it's a lot easier. We're taught to kind of be like, it's the world's fault. It's this guy's fault. But no, like you can take full responsibility for your life and whatever you want to happen can happen.
Yeah.
I really believe that. And I want to share that with people. Like you can live your purpose. You can live the life you want to live. However, you do have to let go of control. And I think that's one of the biggest barriers is we've been taught to control everything and like hold on so tightly and plan out every single thing. Even as therapists, we were taught to like plan out every single minute and every single goal. And what I hear from the angelic realm, from the heavenly realm is like, Tracy, you just have to let go and trust us. Even when I'm working with people, I have a certain thing I think we're going to work on. They're like, no, we're not working on that today. And I'm like, but I have this plan for them. And they're like, let go. Are you going to do what they need or are you going to do what you think they need? And it's the same for yourself. Like, are you going to live the life that you think you need to live? Or are you going to let go and let the life that you were meant to live unfold
Yeah.
because you trust in who you are and what you came to do?
Yeah, when I was back in Chicago, there was a group, we did a meditation group, and it was on Saturdays. It was beautiful, and we did a lot of work with the David Hawkins book, Letting Go, and that was very
Oh,
powerful. So, everything that's put in front of you is a lesson, and is a um it's an opportunity. And you have these opportunities, you have these scenarios, you have these synchronicities for a reason. It's a message. Like everything you do, if you tap into it intuitively, you learn so much. Like the other night I was trying to go to sleep and then I heard an owl and I'm like, oh, my mom collected owls, I connected with that. And it's just a beautiful message, when I hear that, or who I meet, or it's connection, it's manifesting, it's in creating relationships with who's in front of you. And it's fun to do everything intuitively, eat intuitively, always just have your antennas up, and journal, thank them, uh connect with them, guide, ask them, show me, lead me, guide me. That's powerful because you have to honor them. You cannot just it's nothing to sneeze at. This is powerful stuff. It's sacred. In your records is the divine truth that it's just limitless, that you can't make this stuff up. Everything happens for a reason. And I'm just here to share my passion and share more. And I hope the best for everybody, and reach out to me.
yeah. And it helps you to like more authentically connect with others too, because when you can be yourself 100%, then I think we really feel, and I'm still working on this, but I feel like we can only feel completely loved when we feel we can completely be ourselves. And that's been my heart's calling, is just to be able to be myself around people and to be able for them to be themselves around me. So we don't have to be on guard. And I think a lot of trauma leaves us kind of feeling we have to protect ourselves and kind of hide. And the Akashic is saying, as long as you're in alignment with who you are, you don't have to be afraid. And a lot of times we don't realize it, but we hurt ourselves because we're pretending to be something we're not, wanting others to, I say, like co sign on us, like approve us. But we have to co sign on ourselves and we have to speak our truth. And as long as you're in alignment with who you are and you're able to speak your truth, you're going to be in a place of safety. But what takes us out of that safety is when we feel that like we're not supported and that we have to constantly be in protection mode. And that keeps us disconnected. So I would say the Akashic helps, and it's a journey too, right? Like sometimes I think people think of like, I'm enlightened, I'm not enlightened. Like as I've had like so many like up and downs, but it's just giving yourself grace to like for your journey and giving grace to others and um just knowing that I don't know that you're greatly loved and that who you are is enough.
Yeah, and I let go of so many things. Like I used to have my nails and my toes done, just for example. I let go of all that stuff. I'm living the simple life. I'm doing things that feel really good to me. I'm fine with, you know, the way it's a health issue as well. And that's another thing in the Akashic. It's not just the way you do one thing, it's the way you do everything. Like I don't need that anymore. I'm, you know, I'm outside, I'm swimming, I'm doing all kinds of fun things. I don't waste time and energy doing things like that aren't really important to me. I do what's um, my authentic self, and I'm past all those stages, and I think that that's a good message for everyone to hear as well. And thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a journey and the Akashic record just like helps you get more in alignment with your soul path and give you courage to stay on it. Um, but it does come in exchange for truth because sometimes we are not living in truth and they hold you accountable. Especially when you're doing like healing work too. Like I've heard, hey Tracy, like you can't do this unless you're honest. You can't tell other people to be honest if you're not being honest. So you have to be ready to like really like be real with yourself, but
Yeah.
the payoff is so great because then you're actually like, there's no better feeling than like my dad always told me, if you do what you love, you'll never have to work a day in your life. And I've really felt that to be true because like it's to a point where I've had my sister who does my accounting is like, Tracy, you really got to stop giving discounts because I just feel like I get as much out of it as the people that I work with because it's a divine calling. Um,
Yeah.
and we should be having every day, I think, full of bliss, full of purpose, full of connection, and life should be joyful and to not accept anything different than that.
Yeah. And boundaries are a big part of it as well. Like if someone is, wanting things for free, you're
Yeah.
actually telling them that they can't get it together, that they can't heal, grow, and transform. I'm here to empower them that you can, you know, heal your money story. You can heal everything, that you can live the life of your dreams, because I want, to hire a coach. I want to take more courses. I want to be a, psychic surgeon. And, there's so many things that I'm learning and growing and doing. Um, and it's what's in front of me that I want to do that. I'm eager. So as I teach you boundaries, it empowers you, because I have faith in you or my client or whoever that is struggling, that they can get it together. They can let go of that money, because financial freedom is a big part of this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
freedom is a part of everything, because if you're not giving yourself the freedom, the power, the energy, the love, like you're living in the fear of hoarding your money, because it's not going to do anything sitting in the bank. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, the balance, like you're saying, like boundaries, we're not really taught about boundaries that much, but boundaries help give like energetic balance. And as women, I feel like we're taught to like give, give, give in our professions, as mothers, as family members, as friends. But like the divine law told me, like the God spoke to me and said, Tracy, like love is giving, but it's also receiving. And if you're over giving and you're not willing to receive, that's not in alignment with truth. So there has to be a balance. Um, and I think that's something that like the world and especially women can like learn, I think, and heal with the Akashic record that like money is how do you say that?
It's a tool.
It's a tool. It's not, like sometimes we're like, oh, it's evil. But you got to think about it as energy. And we have to be having healthy, energetic interchanges. And that's what the guides are always telling me. Like, Tracy, you have to have balance. And that can be really hard when you've not lived like that, but it's also a really great gift because it's helping you to honor yourself and
Yeah.
love yourself.
And it's all growth, it's connection, it's growth, it's doing the work. It's pen to paper is powerful, journaling about it, what you're feeling, what can you do about it. And that's when you're in the records. Okay, I'm feeling this, help me, lead me, guide me. That's when you get the clarity that you need right then and there. Is that what you love about the course, is getting the information to heal yourself, to propel, to move forward, to not to stay stagnant? Because if
Yeah.
if we're not getting this guidance, we're kind of stuck in the
Yeah.
same
Loop.
patterns, the same limiting beliefs.
Wow.
Yeah, doing the
I
same thing over and over again. You need change to grow, and you need to trust me. So I hope that people get the connection, that it's really, from the heart and soul. And that's why I named my business Soul Time, because it's spending time on your soul. The clock, there's a clock, and it's going, and we can do things with our timeline. We can tap into this was so beautiful. During a reading, you can tap into what you didn't receive as a child. And I give that during a reading. It's beautiful. It's about breast milk, and that is the most divine, loving thing, that if you didn't get it as a child, sharing that and really embodying and feeling that love and that nurturing, that suckling, whatever it is that we all need. And to feel that, to tap in that energy of that limitless amount of love that's transpired during that, the nurturing of you when you're an infant. That was beautiful.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I heard that one time during like a counseling session. They were telling me like you have to be your own mother. Like you have to mother yourself. Because everybody is trying to do the best that they can with where they're at. But now like we're responsible for caring for ourselves and nurturing ourselves. And the Akashic just reminds us how to do that. And I really like it because it's like I feel like it's like a BS detector. Like it'll be like, this is where you're full of it. Ding ding.
Yeah.
Like, let's show you.
Yeah, and they guide you with, who's got the best energy and the big heart and all that. And yeah, and it's what you didn't receive to what you need to learn from it, because we all picked our parents. We picked them for a reason, to learn this and to grow and expand. And they're actually up there. Yeah, you're getting it. The movement is coming. You're making progress, and it's endless. It never stops giving and sharing, and we never stop growing. We're just, I'm just open, and I just keep doing it, creating, and it's fun. So I do like the readings. I did the clearings because a loved one hit the fear in the subconscious. So I did that. The muscle testing is very important, to test someone's, to go over the diet and their supplements. They might be taking something and it might have been good. And the person that you worship might have said that this is good for you, but it can actually harm your stomach if you don't need that supplement. So, like I don't take vitamin D. I just monitor how much I get. I know how important it is and how it interacts with the supplements. So that's why, I practiced with the guy that did muscle testing, and, I learned it. And that's another great tool, because everybody's soul is different. And what else did I want to share? Diet is key. Going off thyroid, doing that, everything that I ate, my body said, I intuitively eat. So if I ate a chip, they're like, because I felt a little something, like, oh, I felt that, man, shouldn't have a chip on. Oh. So it's all learning, and it's how much you want to devote to yourself, to your soul. Like, I can go out and, maybe I'll have like one or whatever, just to have it, just to snack on it, just to say I could have it, to digest it, because that's like a release as well. It's kind of like a healing and a nurturing to your soul as you digest. Some people, kind of over digest, but I've gotten rid of sugar, and I love honey, and yeah, because sugar, I do diet as well. I have another group. I have a lot of groups, but the diet is very powerful, because if you're ingesting yourself with sugar, like, sugar is 10 times more addictive than crack cocaine, and that's pretty bad.
Oh,
So
wow, I didn't know that.
if you have sugar, say I went out, I went with some ladies, and we had key lime pie, and it was delicious. I'm like, well, I'll have a bite or two. I'll split. I don't want my own. And I had it, and it was delicious. Well, sure enough, the next day at 7 p.m., I wanted sugar. So then what I do is I tweak it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna crave it. So I had some frozen bananas. To me, that's like ice cream. So I'll have a frozen banana, but that didn't suffice it enough. I wanted something. I had a lot of sugar. So I took some cacao, melted some coconut oil with it, dipped them in there and froze them, and it was delicious. I ate the whole banana with the chocolate and everything, and then that cured it. And then the next day I'll have an orange. So we can have the sweet, we can satisfy ourselves, but we need to tweak that. So just knowing that you had sugar, you're going to crave it the next day, have the fruit on hand, and satisfy yourself, that you're not, running out for ice cream or more key lime pie.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and then just real quick too, can you explain to the people that are listening, like, what is the difference in your life, like, from how you're living now? You're like doing the record readings and helping people with their diet, and Florida, having your dream home, and so have, and how your life was before you had the reading.
Yeah. So I felt stuck. I needed to meet more people. I needed to move my location. I needed to sweat. My parents had a home in Florida when I was a child. They bought it, I think it was 13, a condo in Dunedin, Clearwater. And that felt good to me, just to get to that airport and just, it was like a homecoming, just like kind of like when you open your records. But I've I have always gravitated towards Florida, and I just love it. I love the humidity. I sweat easily. I need to do this because it's a release, it's a healing. And it was cold. I didn't like the long winters. It was dark. When I traveled it was December 20th of 20, when I traveled from Fort Myers, giving readings on Marco Island, record killing readings, off the charts. Like, they're like, oh. I'm like, yeah. And then going to Midway, Chicago, cold, dirty, dark lockdown, December 20th, I said, I can't live here anymore. So it's trusting, it's to keep the movement going, it's to stay in the records, to stay, in. And I didn't know I was going to go and heal my thyroid. It just kind of evolves. You just keep going. You keep learning. You keep mastering. You keep growing to, I don't know if I'm ever going to stop of growing, because I'm still growing up.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so much, like, I think sometimes we think like, oh, you get to a certain age and you just kind of, and it's just limitless, like we were saying, the
Yeah.
things that in your life, like what it can be. Like some people would think, oh, I can never leave. Like you had a house here and you had, I forgot what your job was. Like it was something in an office or something. Some people are like, I did this for so many years. I have my mortgage paid off. I have my friend group. I don't even remember how to make new friends. But yeah, when you enter the record, it's like the world says something that this is you, and then the record, like God says, this is who you are. And I believe that you can show that and that you're supported and however you want to express that here. So that's so beautiful. Like you like sold your house, got your RV, was on the road, you're giving Akashic readings. And for other people, this is terrifying. There's a ton of people I see like with gifts. And I know it because I had it and they have imposter syndrome, and the world tells them, like, oh, you're not special or you're crazy. And then the record God and the angels and the spiritual truth says you are exactly who you say you are. That little voice,
Mhm.
you are all those things, and you can do this, and you can show others they can do it too.
And I think the key is just to keep going, keep creating. So now, I see these things, I'm attracting these things. Like, you know, living in an RV was fun, but now I want like the organic bed and sheets, and I want a sanctuary. I want it
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
Um, and that's a part of, letting go of the money. Like I'm like, oh, I pictured a amount and I went way over, and then I um had a small home, and then I went to designer series, and now I'm like, oh, I can't stop now. And I always wanted the front porch. I didn't want to be without. So I got the front porch. I got everything I want. And
Yeah.
just imagine, the linens and the things that I miss, and to have a closet. Like I got clothes all over my RV, but to have that space to put my nice things, and you know to have everything that I want, that I've ever dreamed of. So I'm so thankful.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm like so thankful too. I'm so thankful to you. I'm so thankful for the record. I'm so faithful for our faithful and thankful for all the, like support along my journey. Because there is like a lot of shedding of old beliefs. And I don't think I could have did it without the people that were so understanding. Sometimes, like I said, even more understanding than I have been with other people. So I guess it's yeah, just like a lot of grace and a lot of love and a lot of encouragement.
Well, thank
And
you. It's
uh,
been wonderful sharing with you, and I love to see, how you're shifting and changing, and how you're excited, like you're, you know, oh, look at this tab, and look at all this other information that I can learn in these records and this level. And I just love seeing your excitement. It's beautiful, and you're glowing, and yeah, really beautiful. So it's nice to see the shift in you.
yeah, I don't think I would have started my business without your first Akashic reading because I was really stuck in like imposter syndrome and fear. I thought the government was going to barge in my door because I have an OT background and be like, you can't do this stuff and claim you're an OT, and then like take me in. And it just like your readings helped me like realize like you don't have to like worry about those things.
Yeah, beautiful.
So,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time. I love your background, man. I want to be there right now. I'm like, ah.
The door's always open.
Yeah, I want to
Retreats,
make it happen.
retreats are on the agenda. So
Oh yeah, Cindy's
yeah.
having retreats, y'all.
All right. Thank you, my friend. Much love. And um, yeah, I just appreciate everything. And it's a beautiful connection. You connect with someone's soul in the Akashic. It's powerful, and uh, it's never ending. It's endless, as this connection just keeps growing and developing and blossoming into better than we can imagine. So much love, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste. Love you guys.
Love you
Bye.
too. Okay, bye.